Train up a child in the way he should go. Well, that's Proverbs 22:6, and most of us have heard it, probably even memorized it, but how often do we stop and ask, what way are we actually training them in? Because here's the truth, every child is being trained, not just by their parents, but by the world around them. Their worldview is being formed through everything from bedtime stories to school curriculum to what's on the shelves at the local library. The question isn't whether we're shaping them, it's who's doing the shaping and toward what end. Hello, if we haven't met before, I'm Paul, a bivocational pastor, and I'm here to help believers in Jesus, including myself, develop a biblical worldview and mindset. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Children are like soft clay. From the earliest days, they are learning what's normal, what's good, what's right, and what's wrong. Not just rules, but through stories, habits, and examples. Parents have the primary responsibility and privilege of discipling their children in truth. But let's be honest, it doesn't stop there. Once they enter a classroom or crack open a library book, a whole new set of voices begin to whisper in their ears. And those voices don't whisper neutrally, they carry values. Someone decides what books are on the shelf, what lessons are taught, and what is celebrated and what's condemned. That's discipleship. It may not be Christian, but it's discipleship all the same. So, what do you think about this? Comment below and let me know. I'd love to read your thoughts. And the reason I bring this up is just this past week, North Dakota's Governor Kelly Armstrong vetoed a bill that would have restricted sexually explicit materials in school libraries. The bill was designed to extend existing laws that already apply to public libraries, ensuring that books with graphic sexual content, whether they be heterosexual or LGBTQ in theme, would be kept out of the children's reach in schools. Armstrong's reason for the veto? Well, he called the bill vague and warned that it might lead to censorship or burdensome enforcement. Now, there is some truth there. Badly written laws can have unintended consequences. But let's not miss the bigger picture. What's at stake isn't just legal technicalities, it's the moral imagination of our children. Let's be clear, every library already engages in a kind of censorship. They only have so much shelf space. Every book chosen means another one is not. So the question isn't whether a child's reading options are shaped, it's actually who is doing the shaping. Is it parents and the local communities? Or is it a distinct ideology with agendas far removed from biblical truth? So some will argue, as Armstrong did, that you can't legislate morality. And that's both true and false. It's true, no law can change the human heart. Only the gospel of Jesus Christ can do that. But it's false to say that morality can't be legislated. All laws legislate morality. Every law says this is good and that's bad. Whether it's theft or lying under oath or exposing children to pornography, someone's sense of morality is always being enforced. The real question isn't whether we legislate morality, it's whose morality we're legislating. And when a society begins to call evil good and good evil, as Isaiah 5:20 warns, then even good laws can be ignored, unenforced, or repealed entirely. That's why Christians must pursue more than just policy change. We need a revival of the heart. We must recognize this is a long-term battle. A single bill won't fix it. A single election won't solve it. We need revival, a movement of the Holy Spirit that changes hearts and awakens minds. Only God can do that. But we also need responsibility. That means getting involved in school board elections, in curriculum reviews, and how librarians are trained and who selects library materials, in supporting Christian teachers, professors, and students in public and private education, in creating new books, new schools, new platforms, and new voices rooted in biblical truth. We must start young, yes, in the home, but really we also need to follow that child into school, into the library, and eventually into the university, because the worldview that begins in kindergarten doesn't stay there. It grows up and governs the world. So, what can we do? Well, we start by reclaiming our God-given role to shape the minds and hearts of the next generation. We support laws that protect innocence, but we don't stop there. We preach the gospel boldly, but we also show up in public life, because silence is not neutrality, it's often surrender. Let's be a people who disciple our children, who influence our communities, and who don't just complain about the darkness, but we actually shine the light. Train up a child in the way he should go, and then go with him into the world and fight for his soul. Well, if you enjoyed this video, or if it gave you something to think about, I just ask that you like the video, subscribe to it, and of course I'd like to hear your thoughts and have a little more discussion. So comment down below. I'm Paul, and hope to see you next time. God bless you.